Recently, I've realized that chasing money is like chasing a moving target. Whether you're earning money and chasing more money or earning hardly anything and chasing money, it's just the same, the empty I felt. I sacrificed time, energy, peace, sleep, and even relationships for numbers in a bank account that never felt like enough. For quick sales, for quick monetization, whatever. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why I stopped chasing money. And now I started building a life that actually feels richer, and how I've attracted more money effortlessly as a result. If you're burnt out chasing finances and success and with nothing to show for it, or everything to show for it, and it just feels empty, then let's help you build a life of purpose and clarity and truth. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description down below. I've had many ebbs and flows with finance. I've worked for myself from the age of 21, and I've gone from earning no money to a hell of a lot of money, to losing a lot of money, to making a lot of money, to making quick money and then losing that money. And it's been up and down like this. But suddenly now it's starting to go in an upward trajectory, and it's more consistent, and it's been a lot easier. I have burnt myself out many times in business. I have burnt myself out in the pursuit of wealth. I've burnt myself out just trying to, how can I say, put a square peg into a round hole. YouTube's a great example of this, where for a year and about 4 months, 6 months, year and a half, I was doing the same thing and not growing. I had sponsors on this channel who I no longer work with out of my own choice because I was chasing that money with them. I was gaslighted and manipulated that I had to be careful what I say and what I do, and now I just don't give a damn and I do what I want. And hey ho, I've had more growth, I have had more enjoyment, and I just don't care. I have had nothing in my bank account. When I say nothing, pennies, and felt empty. And I've had more than I would have ever imagined and still felt the same. We sometimes look at the wealthy, the millionaires and the successful people and think, I want that. I want everything. I want that car. I want the mansion. I want this. But then, like anything else, and the more you're exposed to it, it just feels like everything else. If you're empty inside, then you could be in the most grandest house and you can just feel like cold and miserable and shallow. In fact, there's a lot of ex-British people and English people moving back from the likes of Dubai and Saudi Arabia, etc., because they're done with the shallowness, the wealth and everything. They miss England of all places. They miss the weather. They miss the realism of it all, the real life. I'm not saying that's the answer, but this pursuit of wealth has got out of hand, especially with social media. I wanted to have a Ferrari. I wanted to have multiple Rolexes. I wanted to have the big, house and everything. And now I'm like, I want freedom. And it doesn't have to cost as much as I think it does. And that's the difference. And since then, on YouTube, I've probably made my best ever videos. I've had more success with people working with me through coaching and more organic growth, and it's been fun. So even if you treat YouTube like a business, your job, whatever, if it's to chase money, that's a very naive, poor mindset. And no matter what you make, let's say you have record sales, record revenue, you want to beat it the next month. You want to make more. For what purpose? That's the trap. So if you haven't caught on already, chasing money for me personally made me miserable. Because the hustle never ends. As soon as you hit one goal, like I said, there's a bigger one. And I realized I was never present, grateful, or satisfied. A few years back, I had a real incredible month on this channel with sponsors and everything. And I went out to celebrate. And for a long time, I chased that dopamine hit again. And I've had success recently again, but I realized how naive that was to feel that way. It's good to have goals and financial goals, don't get me wrong, but there's always another one, isn't there? You make $1,000 a month, now make $2,000. Make 10, now 20. You got one promotion, go for the next promotion. It's always the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. I wasn't present in my content in the past after that success. I turned into a content making machine. Hence why I didn't grow. And I never used to show my face. I was never grateful. I took it for granted. Now I'm humble for every win, every success. And I was never satisfied. Got to do more, got to try more, got to get more. And this was the same in my previous business as well. I realized the solution here, and this is the fix. It's the shift from chasing income to chasing impact. Focus on meaning over margin. So rather than just churning out videos for the sake of it, what I did was I started really understanding my viewers, understanding their pain points, and realizing they were just like me. And I needed to expand the subjects I spoke about. And I see comments, I get emails, I work with people, and the impact it's made on them shows that I'm moving in the right direction. And the benefit is it makes money. If you're just making money as a restaurateur or whatever, how are you helping the customer? How are you helping those people? There's no impact there. You just want a quick sell. There's that saying, trading time for money. I can safely say I was trading time for validation. Half the things I did for money were to impress people who didn't care. So I got myself a flash car, 2 expensive watches, a hell of a lot of trainers, sneakers, nice things and stuff. And it was a lifestyle built on ego, not joy. I've told this story many times on the channel, and I'll do it again. I know a guy who's very successful, and his dream was to own a specific Porsche, and he finally hit that goal a few years ago. He'd been wanting it for 20 odd years, and 5 minutes into driving it, he said he felt like the biggest idiot going. It wasn't what he expected, and a few weeks later he sold it at a loss. He said, I chased a Porsche and I hated every second of it for 20 years. To impress who? Start asking, would I still do this if no one ever saw it? And that's your compass of life. So, would I still want that house if no one could see where I lived? Would I still own this car? Would I still buy that watch, drive that Porsche, whatever? And the answer is no. And it's not because I've become a minimalist or anything like that. It's just, it's empty and it's a waste of money. I used to want to own a Rolex of a certain caliber and do these things to impress people. But what if I wanted to own a Rolex because I liked watches and I was a fan? What if I wanted the car not because it looked good, but because it was right for me? Same with my home, etc. I traded time for validation. Money can't buy happiness. We know that. It also can't heal deep, traumatic emotional wounds. I try to buy my way out of anxiety, out of shame, humiliation, emptiness, worthlessness. Because I had a low opinion of myself. I was heavily bullied in the past. I was with the wrong people. I had toxic friends, family. I was raised to be a people pleaser. I, made a lot of mistakes. And then when I started attracting wealth and becoming successful, I thought, okay, now I don't have to be anxious. I was the most anxious I've ever been. I don't have to feel shame. I still felt it. I don't have to feel empty. I did. It never worked and it never will, because money can't heal emotional wounds. The problem here is, you might say, about therapy and everything like that. That's investing in yourself, but there is no greater healing than reflecting and looking deep within yourself and asking yourself those difficult questions. So something shifts inside of you and you say to yourself, do I really need this? Is this really me? Is this the sort of life I want to live? So I want you to heal first. Ask those difficult questions. Stare at your demons until they stare back at you. When your soul is full, your relationship with money changes for good. I was a splurger. I was impulsive. I was always buying crap and no, I don't care. Now I can go to a mall. I can see stuff, and if I don't need it, I don't need it. I don't need to splurge. I've got everything I've ever wanted. And I'm at 38. Like I said at the beginning of this video, real wealth is not watches, cars, all that crap. It's freedom. The freedom to say, no, I won't be doing that. Freedom to say no to your boss. Freedom to say no to a client. Freedom to say no to that business and career. Freedom to rest. Freedom to say, I'm taking the day off. Freedom to say, I'm eating lunch now. I'm working on my own terms. I'm working this way, whenever I want, however I want. And it's the freedom to be you. Chasing money made me a slave. I fell for, hustle culture. I fell for all the BS. I fell for all the lies and the deceit, etc. And I let income and the pursuit of money really tear me apart. And nothing was ever good enough. When I made money, nothing was good enough. When I wasn't, not good enough. And I robbed myself of enjoying the freedom and the journey. Like anything, from being single for a while to getting the love of your life, and being unhealthy to getting to the best shape possible, anything, any journey, it's the journey. And the man I am now, who sits here, who's just turned 38 and thinks of these things, it's invigorating. You need to create a life where money supports you and doesn't define you. Because here's the ironic thing. When you stop chasing, it comes effortlessly and easily. And it can be exciting. It can be a real dopamine hit. But then you realize that you're just grateful for everything you earn along the way. And I know it's cliche, but if you do work and earn money that's impactful, fun, and meaningful, you've never really worked a day in your life. And whilst I burn out and get tired and need breaks at times and stress out, I love what I do. I've been doing this for 5 years now, as well as running another business, which is a bit more passive. But this year especially, I've fallen in love with it. And I think I'm just getting started. So chasing money costs me peace, clarity, and years I'll never get back. Precious years and time. But now I build slow, real, and from purpose, not pressure. And like I said, it comes effortlessly. And if that can happen to me, think what you can do. If you're tired of this grind, the hustle, and going nowhere, and running around in circles, spiraling, then you need to create a life that's rich in what actually matters to you. Let me help you. With my personalized help, we can do this and figure this out together. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description below. When you chase money, you're chasing a moving target. You're just never, ever going to win.